And we're live.
It might take them a few minutes to get in.
Oh yeah, it always takes a few minutes for YouTube
Catch up.
to show up that you're live. So,
did you watch that one video where I went to the Dollar Tree and I got paints for $1?
Yeah, those are great paints to like start with.
Right. You know? Well, I have like 2 boxes of acrylic, whatever paint. I can't say that word very well. Craig always corrects me. Anyways, I got 2 boxes of it from where I paint ceramics or just regular paint by hand. And I was telling him I wanted to use it up, so.
Yeah. Hey, Craig.
I figured that would be a great idea. Hey, Willie.
Yeah. Hi, Willie.
And they had those canvases for $1.
Yeah, like I said, it's a great way to start.
So, and then today we went to Hobby Lobby.
Oh my gosh, I'm not allowed in Hobby Lobbies or Michael's. I cannot buy anything more.
Right.
Forget
it. Peanut butter.
Hey, peanut butter.
And we were in there for like an hour and a half, I think, in Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
So we had a whole bag of stuff I'll show you.
Okay.
And then I told him, I said, I'm getting tired because we were on the run since 8 o'clock this morning. And it was already like 1 o'clock.
Hey, Christy.
Hey, everyone. So then after that, he took me out to eat. We went to Texas Roadhouse.
Nice.
And when I was at Hobby Lobbies, I was trying to find one of those torches. And they were out of them.
Oh, they were out of them?
Yeah.
There's Amazon has some good ones. I can tell you the one I bought, and even the one, because I bought a separate torch when I was at Hobby Lobby in Utah in October for a different kind of, there's the original one I started with was more like the one you use for flambés. And then this one's more, the second one I want to use is more for like when you're trying to bring cells up in certain areas, you use kind of a more finer straight stream of the torch. Okay. It's more like craft torch though, but we'll go through that.
I got one at Bed Bath & Beyond's. They had 2 different kinds.
Oh, okay.
Well, they had 2 different ones. They did the same thing. But I got the one that was on, I think it was on sale for like $19.99. And they had the gas already there too, which was I think $7 for the propane. So we got that.
Oh, yeah. From what I understand, the Zippo propane's the best, but when I started, I couldn't find the Zippo brand. I started with the cheaper brand, and that seems to be working just fine for me. So, good job, Craig.
Yeah, we're trying to quit because I need to because of some problems I'm dealing with, which I don't want to discuss.
Yeah.
But anyways, I wanted to show you a few things so you can let me know what you think.
Okay, now I was kind of confused because you talked about doing acrylic painting, but are you looking to do the pour painting like I'm involved in, or just doing artwork like landscaping stuff on an acrylic canvas, on a canvas with just plain acrylic?
Pour it.
Okay.
Onto a canvas. So I'm going to pour my whole canvas like white or black or whatever. And then I'm going to do different colors. I'm going to do a circle wood.
The ring pour, but the ones like I do, that's the ones you're interested in doing, right?
Oh, is that what you do? Okay.
I do acrylic paint pouring, yeah.
Okay. So in yours, exactly what do you use? Because I've been doing research on this for like a month now. And one of the girls, she just uses the
Floetrol?
The Floetrol and the paint, and then she adds some water.
There's a lot of different recipes out there.
Okay.
The first pouring medium I came across, we use Floetrol and glue wall, and without any water.
Okay.
We do use water in I do use water in the base paints. And like when you start with just so the paint that you do pour on it slides better, that one's a slightly different mixture. It doesn't have the glue all in it. It's just paint and Floetrol and some water in it. So,
Okay.
but we could go over that. But so you have to decide. I do find the paint mixes that aren't using a kind of a thicker pouring medium, like Liquitex pouring medium, or if you're not using any kind of GAC or the glue all that I use. The paintings, they're nice, but they are a little bit less vibrant. Well, this one's not a true example, but I'm trying to show you the color. And I don't know how well that's going to be. So this one does not. Oh.
Oops, wrong one. How do I do that?
Again, there you go.
So how do I get you on by yourself?
Click my little square on my thing on the bottom. It's not removed from stream, but my little icon, just click that. It should say, there you go.
There you go.
So see, this is a really nice painting, but I don't know if you can tell the colors. They're nice.
They're kind of glittery. So
yeah, he might have used some. Oh no, he didn't use as much varnishes as I use. He uses a different kind of varnish. But this is like, this doesn't have any kind of glue wall or anything in it.
So do you varnish it after it dries?
Yeah, so generally it takes, depending on how much paint you use, your paint takes like as soon as I poured this, I would let it dry. Like this one's dry. This one's way dry. But this one I poured and then I would let the paint dry. This one isn't varnished though. You can see you get the shiny from the glitter in the paint, but not the clear. This is not varnished. This is varnished. You see the difference?
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes paint generally about 3 days to completely dry. Okay. But depending on if you want things like the little cells, the little circles, is if you choose, you must have seen people using silicone, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, because when I ordered the Flowtron, I also ordered, hang on, let me put it back on both of us.
The little green label.
I ordered.
Can you move us back a little bit too? The next little option for the photo. Can you click that one? It'll bring us back a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, that's better.
You're seeing all my blemishes and shit.
I don't have no makeup on, so I don't care.
Okay, so that is, what does it say on it? It doesn't have the...
This has the...
Is that the gloss varnish and gloss medium and varnish?
Yeah, and varnish.
Yeah, you can use that, but and you will get some kind of cells because the Floetrol gets cells, but
right.
This is what I meant. Hold on one second. Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me get my book out. Craig, I hope you're acting with shots.
It's all right. No one's talking. I think they're just listening.
Sorry, guys.
So anyone who's interested in doing the pour painting that I do, I'm going to talk about the stuff I use to mix my paint with, and then you guys will have to research to see what particular pouring medium you would like to use. But for pretty much every artist, you will need the you will need paint.
Which I got plenty of.
Yeah. I used to do kind of just regular paint projects with my family. So I had a bunch of the Craft Smart paint,
right,
which is great to start with. You will find you won't have as much. Sometimes the paint, those paints are very fluid. They're they don't take as much of the Floetrol, or it's kind of hard to get them to the consistency that I like. But they're fine to use to begin with. I use them.
I had a question before we get too far ahead.
Okay.
But this one lady that I did research at, she uses the Floetrol, and she uses this, and then she uses the GAC 800.
Yeah, GAC. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which is another kind of type of pouring medium.
Mm-hmm.
So with paints, you have the paint, you have some sort of extender, like if you take the little 1 ounce bottles of Craft Mart paint,
Uh-huh.
and then you mix your paint extender in it, which is either pouring medium. For me, it's the glue all, not the school glue, but the glue all, Elmer's glue
Mine
all.
would be the flow stuff then, right?
No, paint, and then there's the extender. So then I start with 1 ounce of paint, and then I add 1 ounce of glue all. So now I have 2 ounces of paint, right?
Right.
I've doubled it. So then you need kind of the extender and something to make your paints more fluid.
Mhm.
That's where the Floetrol comes in.
Okay.
And this is like a paint conditioner extender. This is a lot of painters use it to extend, like, so like I said, you can add it to your paint and you can go from a gallon paint to maybe 2 gallons of paint and still
Okay.
have a good coverage for it, right?
Right.
So I use the glue all, I use then the Floetrol. I don't use any water, but then I use it to the consistency. Now, some people, like I was looking at an artist today. So, oh yeah, hold on. I got to finish this. Forgot. Everyone, you know how it is. Everyone calls you as soon as you like get on a live stream or
Cindy,
something.
glad you're here. Hope you're doing.
Hey, Cindy.
Oh, you're welcome, honey. Anytime.
I'm sorry. So you got to decide which way you want to go with your thing. A lot of people find that the Floetrol and the paint is just fine, but you
Mhm.
got to find the right mixture. So let me just copy this link real quick.
Okay. So what I don't get is, so all these other things like the varnish in it, the gloss varnish and stuff, that just brings out more cells and makes it more shinier.
No.
Correct.
So the varnish is what you use to seal your painting. So when I showed you the before the varnish, this is the finished painting, but before I'd sell it, I'm going to put a clear coat of varnish on it to protect it, because otherwise this is just like dried paint. It'll chip. It doesn't have anything to protect it. The gloss varnish is the protectant to protect the actual. It's like if you sealed your deck, you paint it,
Right.
but you put the sealer on it to protect it from elements and stuff. Same thing for a painting.
See, I was thinking that they mixed this in with the Floetrol.
No.
Okay, so the gag.
It's confusing because it's confusing because GAC and both like the Liquitex say gloss varnish on it, because on the Liquitex you can use that one as a sealant as well, but it is also like a glue all, a sort of conditioner. Pouring medium that you can also use. So this is the thing. There's so many recipes. So many people have a great success using different, some don't use Floetrol, some only use like paint and a pouring medium and water, and some use just paint and Floetrol and water. And some people use this, but then, so we should try to just do like a,
so what's the gag for then?
The GAC is another form of a pouring medium, but a lot of the times the GAC will give you bigger cells because of the reaction to certain paints that you get. But for my cells, I use a silicone. So you must have seen a silicone.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
This is what most people use. I've tried the coconut hair serum, the one that the first ingredient is dimethicone. That's another cell maker if people find it cheaper, but this is the one I've always used. It's a spot on treadmill belt lubricant, which is funny. This thing is used on your treadmills to keep your belt smooth, but it causes great cells when mixed with acrylic paint.
Yeah, well, I've seen the spray stuff too the girls used, that you
sometimes they will spray
engine and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So that though, lots of times when you mean they spray it in the cup
Mm-hmm.
before they put the paint in it, a lot of that is
No,
just
after
so.
the paint's already in it, then she sprayed it once.
Yeah, I've never tried that, and some people will use like alcohol and water too. That's not something that, but anything with added water to me that you're spraying, even if it gets a reaction, to me is going to break down the paint, right?
Right.
Because
So
it's
this
water.
gag would get mixed in with your paints.
So the GAC would be part of your pouring medium. A lot of people like to do their paint, have it freshly done day of. So they make their pouring medium, which is Floetrol and Gluol, or Floetrol, Gluol, and some GAC, or in water. They'll do that, and then they'll mix it to certain parts directly to the paint. I have always, because that's when all the artists that I originally watched in the beginning, they all pre-did their paint
Okay, then
in
this
bottles.
lady must have not have gave me the right instructions.
There's no right and wrong instructions. Everyone
Well,
does it differently, and everyone has their
right.
own success with it. So
Right, but you were saying that gloss medium varnish you put on after it dries.
it can be used, but because it says medium, it's like the glue wall, it's like the GAC, but
I
and that's
see.
why it says and, because
Yeah.
you can use it instead of me. I use Liquitex that's just a varnish
Okay.
on my paintings. I know it's a lot of stuff, but first, so Kathy, you're going to have to look at the artist and see what, if you want to just try it with Floetrol, if you just want to try it with a different pouring medium, that's what you're going to have to decide. You'll have to look at the different artists and the ones that you like the paintings the most, and then say, okay, I want to start using what they use.
I think my very first one I'm just going to do it with the Floetrol and the paints and the water. That's it.
Okay.
And then
so then hopefully your artist will have her breakdown of the mixtures for you.
Yes, she did. Which was
okay.
Great.
Okay.
It's great.
So
because I don't really want to get too much into the smelly stuff, like the varnish and stuff.
Well, varnish would be something you do, and the pouring medium and gloss varnish ones aren't that smelly. The varnish that you're thinking of is like a spray varnish or something, but I do mine in like the garage when I varnish my paintings, but I don't really find it has a smell, but it's not like an offensive smell.
Right. Well, we got a paint booth uptown in the other shop up there, and I was up there today, but his boss was up there working at our shop making, what was he making? He was making something with fiberglass, and oh my God, it's stuck in there. I said,
oh yeah.
I ain't doing this in here. So I think we'll just do it in the garage.
Yeah, I do my varnishing in my garage.
Yeah,
but I'm able to. I just do it during the day, and then I don't like to leave it overnight in the garage because of dust and stuff. So I do bring them in and leave them on like a table overnight. But I also do 3 layers of a varnish to get mine nice and shiny. So, but if you want, I can try to.
So you just put that on with a paintbrush, I take it, or do you do it with a sponge brush? Your varnish.
I found kind of a really nice Michaels carries it. Let me get it.
Okay. Hey, Sue. Thanks for coming in. I'm getting into doing more crafts, so Monica's here to help me out a little, to answer some questions for me.
It's made by Plaid. Plaid brand in Michaels.
Yeah.
I use this fine hair brush. Oops.
Looks like a makeup brush.
For my varnish. Yeah, it's a little big for a makeup brush. It's the same size as my head. But yeah, so I use this one that I clean over and over. And this is what I use as a varnish brush. You can use the sponge ones, but it's sponge, it's porous. You're going to get little air bubbles, so you might want to, there's different things. I have just found this one works best. I started with like a regular brush, and you should see the difference in my paintings from the streaks and then like pure glass or whatever. Hey, Nick.
So,
but
go ahead. And then I'll
Oh,
show
go
you
ahead.
what I got today after you.
I can go through the process with prepping canvas with you if you want.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have a spray bottle of water you can
Yeah.
make of water? Okay. Because usually I do mine like at least 24 hours beforehand. I'll spray. You want to spray the back. Let me get one and just show you, and then it'll be ready. Maybe you'll encourage me and I'll have pour another video out.
I just got a spray bottle I use on my hair to wet it down. But I probably
Yeah, it's fine. I do tend to use
all over it.
Oh no, that's not it. I use the distilled water. If you're gonna mix, use the Flowtron water. I would suggest getting distilled water,
We got it.
not just regular. Okay.
Yeah. Because that's what I got to use to make my soaps is distilled water.
Let me see. I was like doing laundry and stuff, Kathy.
Sorry. I hope you guys are all having a great day.
Let me go ahead and open a canvas. All right, let me get my tape. Let's see.
Craig, can you get me a hair clip? There's one out there by my chair in the living room, please. Supposed to go get my hair done Tuesday. So tired of it.
She's putting me to work, Daryl. Or is it Delissa? Probably Daryl. So here's my canvas, right?
Yes.
So I do a good, oops. If I open
Oh, your spray bottle is the same as mine. Let me see that.
dollar store.
Yep. The same color, everything.
Oops. So you want it more on the spray, not on the stream. So you give it a good, oops, sorry, Jess. Forgot my cat was in the corner. She's like, what the fuck?
The little one, not the big one. Don't
get me, Creed. Don't get me. Oh, it is Daryl. Okay. So I spray the back. You got to rub it in, kind of go underneath. Underneath a little bit. And like I said, I normally let mine sit at least 24 hours. And all this does is it's going to tighten your canvas so that you don't have it sunken in. I don't know if you've ever felt the difference of a weak canvas. Yeah, so that sets it up. And then I find the you can use blue tape. I haven't tried the green frog tape. We had a bunch of this from a service event, the orange kind, from my work. Which now I have cat hair all over it.
We got some of that around the house because we're redoing the bathroom.
Yeah.
We got blue though.
You cover pretty much the white part. Oops. This one's a little thick, so I do end up having to cut it down. But I do give it a little bit of an overlap. So when the paint comes over, you know, the sides, it doesn't have like white. So you do that all the way around. And then I end up, let me do the other one.
I don't see Daryl in here. Everyone's saying hi to Daryl.
It says 2 ATVs in our life, just under Smile, Monica. I said, is it Oh, Delissa or Daryl, and it says Daryl.
Oh, choose Daryl. I see. I
Yeah.
didn't ever know his real name.
Oh, yeah. You're in trouble now. She knows your name now, Daryl.
I probably got it in my address book.
Okay. So then, I overlap, right?
Okay.
And then I cut off.
I should just put you on large since you're showing. There you go, hon.
Yeah. So this is like way too much because it's the thick tape. So I just cut into the corner where I know it's going towards the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I didn't do this end, but I'll just do it to show you.
Hey.
Sometimes I'll just let it go. I'll just tuck it in. Sometimes I'll cut it.
Okay.
But this is just to kind of help you protect the back of your painting.
Awesome.
So I don't care if I get a whole bunch on it, but
Okay.
some people do. It's a style choice. So if you choose to cut like half of it. Oops. Let me just do it. This is nice to do, like you just prep a bunch of different canvas at one time. And that way you're always ready to go. So like if you cut it in half,
Mm-hmm.
but nicer, then it just goes to the canvas so it protects your painting a little bit.
Cool.
So I do that all the way around. And then, where are my push pins? Oh, I love not the super jumbo, but I like the more jumbo push pins.
No, I didn't even get any push pins.
Yeah. Do you have any like little screw in plant holder hangers? Because you can use those too.
No. I was just gonna set it up on like 2 boards. With that,
You can do that too. You can do that too. I just find when I'm pouring the paint,
yeah,
I don't like my hands having to touch because you don't get the nice clean edge of the paint pouring over. You get more smudges. You
So if
can try to do it like this, but by having the jumbo hooks, it helps. So you're going to have to find like the overlap. There's always going to be like a sweet spot somewhere right in this corner with the push pin.
Okay.
And you learn to go and find it.
So would a regular thumbtacks work then?
Not the flat ones. So this is the regular size little push pins, but mine.
I got those.
Yes, you can use those, but you might have to use a hammer because it's in the part of it's like in the wood part. So like see the difference between the
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I forgot all about
so
that.
much better using these on your fingers anyway.
I'll have Craig do that for me.
Yeah. So you get them right. There's a sweet spot. Usually you push it in and it goes in pretty easily. You can, it doesn't matter if you have extra holes, but like you'll be able to push and see if it fights back. But there's usually like a little good sweet spot right in the corner. And then you want to try to do that in the exact same spot on all of them because you want, when your paint's drying, you want your canvas to be level, which if you don't have one, that dollar store has one, you can pick up an inexpensive, they have the levels.
We got a little one too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So when you start painting, whatever your surface is at, you want to check the level, how level your surface is, and then how level your canvas is once you put the surface on it. Only if you plan to leave your painting there to dry, because if it's not level, you'll come back the next day and all your paint is shifted to whatever is not level, and it's not fun. But with the push pins too, you want to make sure that you don't have it wiggly, that it's a sound, straight, flat surface for you.
Okay.
So that's pretty much the canvas prep.
So you let those dry for 24 hours or?
Yeah, so that it can get good and tight. I mean, this is a good canvas. This is a better canvas. So you're already going to get the nice drum sound. But you know, when it's more muffled, and you'll be able to tell when you touch the canvas. And even if it's a good canvas, I still spray them all just to get it as tight as possible.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to need
write mine down tonight then.
Yeah.
Now, after you get your painting done and it's drying, how long do you leave that before you go back over and put?
So it's 3 days for the paint to dry generally.
Okay.
Sometimes in the beginning when you're pouring the paint, and it's going to be a touch thing, you'll learn to see, oh, I've got way too much paint on this canvas, you know, because if you leave too much paint on your canvas, you will have cracking. And yes, I can show you an sample of, oh, look at, I'm all talking. I'm not even plugged in. I can show you cracking.
Okay. So
I think it's just texture. I don't necessarily find it.
So you just want enough to cover the canvas. So you can't see the canvas anymore. Is that?
Yeah, you know, you're going to have to learn it. It's going to be I can send you
like a give and take thing.
Well, there are approximate measurements of how many ounces of paint you should use per canvas size.
Okay.
So I'll send that to you because it's a certain amount to cover it, but then you like usually add like an ounce for each side,
right,
so that you can pour over and then not lose it. But this one I actually poured over one that cracked, but you can see it cracked in spots. See, I kind of filled in like the gold copper areas. You see how it's not flat?
You can't really tell it that much though, Monica. I can't even see it.
Yeah, let me see.
I like that one. That's gorgeous.
This is a pour over. This is something I couldn't even tell. But these were areas that I then filled in because it cracked. It wasn't smooth. And yeah, I don't mind a little texture. This I don't think looks good because it's just big, obvious painted in chunks of copper. I mean, I guess it kind of works, because of the colors and the painting.
Yeah, but if it's on the wall, you're not going to really see it unless you put your face right up in it.
Well, it's what people decide or whatever they like.
Right.
But let me show you. This one I think I must have used some, but see how if you don't protect the back,
right,
you can, which I think is just looks like an artist stuff.
Right.
But you know, when you start doing really well, I mean, if you want to start a business doing it, you will want a cleaner back, or some people will then just invest in actually buying the paper to cover the backs afterwards, you know?
Right.
Like the almost like butcher paper or something, you know?
Mm-hmm. So. Okay, once you're done doing your paint or your pour, and have you ever tried going back with like a skew and writing your name in it?
You can add your name to it. I don't add my name to paintings. You can add it after it's completely dry. Like you can find, there's really nice, good paint pens that you can then, you know, lots of people like to do their name in gold or.
You've never done
you don't have to. Can you unhighlight me so I can talk to you?
Oh, I'm sorry. God.
It's okay.
Okay.
So, So it's style. It's what you want to do in your own particular way. You can then, you know, before it's completely dry, if you learn how to, you know, how to do it, you can get your bamboo skewers, you know, dip it in white paint and try to figure out to do initials or something like that. I think it's easier to wait until the paint's dry and then add it.
Yeah, I was wondering if it would stay though as it dries.
It depends on the amount of paint there.
Right. So. Okay, I had another question for you. Okay. Now, I know when the girls, what I've seen, once they put the first layer down, you know, the paint layer, they heat it with the heat gun a little bit to get all the bubbles out of it.
Air bubbles, yeah.
Right. And then they pour it, whatever pour they're doing, and then they'll heat it up again.
Yeah. So the first time with the torch is because you're moving the base paint around so much, air gets in it. And that's just to pop the little air bubbles. The second time is if they have GAC or silicone, or they're looking for the reaction of the paint silicone or the GAC. That mostly it's the silicone, because
Mhm.
silicone goes in your paint, but heat will activate it. So they will use the torch to bring the silicone to the top to make the nice little cells, or like
Huh.
these are GAC cells. These are the kind of cells you can get using GAC because my friend uses GAC.
Right.
They're kind of like caterpillars. Some people like them, some people don't. With my
Well,
glue wall and what I use, you get more organic kind of cells. Sometimes they're big,
that's
sometimes
pretty.
they're
I
little.
like that. That kind of looks like an
I love
oyster.
everyone who I like show my paintings to. You guys make me feel like such a great artist.
That's cool.
But, you know, and then different things that you pour through, you can get different
Oh, wow.
cells.
Those are cool. Yeah.
See the varnish? The
Yeah.
varnish makes everything. If you get into resin, resin's even better. It's like glass, but I don't do resin.
Now that one lady, she did resin. I watched her do it.
Yeah,
But-
you can seal your paintings with resin, and it's a glass finish. It's really pretty.
Mhm.
But I would only do it on certain ones where I thought the quality of the painting was really good, you know.
Now, like I was saying, that one that uses just the Floetrol and the paint and the water, she
Uh-huh.
was heating it up. After she poured it, she would heat it too.
Yeah,
But everyone's
some of
different.
that is for the air bubbles as well, but Floetrol naturally can give some natural cells when it reacts with certain types of paint.
Okay.
So if you're looking to see what you're going to get and you want cells, if possible, you're going to go over it with the torch to pop the air bubbles and see what kind of natural cells the Floetrol can make.
Okay. And then after you're done with your paint, after you're done with your pour and you move it around or whatever, and you got it the way you want it, then you take the heat gun back over again, or the
Well,
torch?
you'll be able to look. You'll start to see after you've got what you wanted. If you're looking for more cells, yeah, you can do a last heat over it. And now you always want to be about 6 inches away from the canvas, because if you get too close, and maybe if you've got the flambe, use on a low or medium heat, because you can burn your paint.
Ugh.
And sometimes it's just like the cracks, it's just texture.
And you're
But
saying
it's normally not a good thing. It'll kind of brown the paint. You know, it's like when you flambe, you know, you can get it golden or you can get it brown, right?
right. So you're saying between 4 to 6.
At least 6 inches. You'll get to see. And like I said, I always,
Temperature, honey.
that's the flame. Mine
Okay.
didn't have a temperature. Mine is flame, high, medium, lowers, or it's adjustable to what comes out.
I need to open mine, I guess, and look.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if mine still works. It's been a while. Whoa. It still works. So mine has, you know, it locks, right?
Okay.
It'll have it where it's on and off. And then it has kind of like a lighter, high, low, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to turn it on. Too high. I want it lower than that. This one hasn't been used in a long time. But even that's a little too high, but it's just because I haven't used it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it can
I'm
get
going to
real
light
good.
your cigarette from across the room.
Yeah. But you always want to make sure you turn it off.
That's funny.
So, but you'll play with it. Like I said, mine is probably because it's been sitting here, because normally my low is not that high. But you learn to, you know, keep it away 6 inches, and you'll kind of see when you look at the paint, if you've gotten too close, you'll see it in the paint.
Oh, mine's really little, Monica. I love this. That's what I want. Something little.
I'm talking about pour painting. Oh, yours just looks almost exactly like mine. Oh no, it doesn't. Well,
Yeah.
mine's not that big. Mine's only like the size of my hand.
Oh, I guess it is. What kind is
I was
yours?
doing the painting, the fishing trick. You know, you put the fish real close to the camera, it makes it look bigger.
Yeah.
That's how I hold my fishes. Look at my big fish I got.
This is a 5-piece set.
Yeah, because you probably, 5-piece set. Oh, because you probably have the little rubber thing it sits on. That's flame retardant. It probably has.
I don't know. I'm having difficulties opening this.
That's your cue, Craig.
I know, right?
Pick up on your cues. Get over there. Help her open it. I don't have no crack pipe, Daryl.
Oh, look.
Yeah. So that's a little tray to put it on, right?
That's the 5-piece set.
Oh, you get the little flambe containers.
Those are adorable. Okay, I could deal
I'm
with
surprised they didn't give you a little like mat to put it on.
I don't know. I'm not done digging yet.
No.
Maybe that's it, though.
Yeah.
Nope, no mat.
Well,
That's all right.
it usually just stays standing up anyway. It's not.
Right,
It's not like a hair straightener or anything, you know.
right. But these are cute.
Yeah, they're for the little desserts, the flambe.
I can make Craig his dinner.
Yeah, portion out his dinner, right? That's all you get. That's all you get, one bowl.
I didn't say that. Oh.
This is how many cigarettes you can have today, and you just put like 3 in there.
So I was going to show you what else I got.
Oh, did you get paint bottles?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I bought two or three of them at the dollar store when I was doing my soaps because I was going to use those to decorate the tops of my
Paint
soap.
bottles, or did you get the mustard and ketchup bottles?
No, they're clear.
Yeah, but they're the same thing.
I don't know, they're clear,
They're in the
but
back.
they look like mustard and ketchup. I'm talking about the Dollar Tree ones.
I could listen to your husband all night long. I love that voice.
And then I got
They're on
these at
camera.
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah,
And
those
they
are going to
only
be. Those
two-
are big. I suggest you try to go to, or even Michael's online, because let me see.
These are 10 ounces.
Yeah, that's a lot of paint. You'll find out. But you know, if you're like me, you'll start and be addicted and be painting every day too. So
Well, I bought these little cups that have lids on them too.
The camera's over here.
oh man, look at my paints. My poor paints. I've neglected them.
So I bought these little cups that have lids to them too. So I figured I'll mix my paint and my Flowtron and my water in these little cups. Until
Yeah.
I get into doing it more.
You're gonna need a bigger cup, depending on what her mixture is. Look at how cute. See, these are the size ones I've got. Which I think these are 8 ounce and these are 5 ounce, I think. And that's plenty of paint.
Right. Well, I
These are
figured
5.5 ounce cups.
they're 5.5 ounce.
Yeah.
That's probably good enough for the smaller pitchers.
It'll be fine for the paint that you're finished mixing to go into. But you're gonna need
Right.
a larger cup just to mix your initial paint, because if you're doing like, let me see, the guy I saw today, he used
You mean the white to pour on to start with?
the mixture, the Floetrol and the paint to start with.
Right. The white.
Yeah. Well, not just the white, you have to mix all your colors as well.
Right. But the white's what I'm going to be using most of. Because I'm going
Well,
to do.
not all the techniques require a base,
Oh,
just so you know. If you had enough paint, even on the ring pours, I
Mhm.
I will put white around the sides and do the corners just because sometimes it's hard to cover. But I
Mhm.
don't put the white underneath my ring pour. Because, see, I don't like it when
Oh.
I've decided I don't like it when the white at the corners
Mm-hmm.
ends up coming up through my paint.
Oh.
I like this more look. I'm not a big fan necessarily because that's the base coming through the paint. That's the
Right.
base coming through the paint. I want it to all be this.
Right.
But certain techniques you need it because
Right.
the paint will, like the bottom pours, you need it at least around so that it pushes out and goes. But let me
Alright.
see. Let me see. This guy used
Craig bought me a whole router thing and I started using it, but I'm not used to it. My dad gave me his old router, which isn't a hand one, it's the big thing.
yeah.
So my dad gave me that, and then Craig bought me a hand router, which I'm still not used to that either. So that's his new toy.
I would love to have a woodcutter, man.
It's not a wood cutter, it's a
No, I know, but that's like you can like have the design and be able to cut
Right.
it out, right? Yeah. Yeah, no. I want the wood saw that I just
We've got a handheld router, and then we've got a plunge router, and then we've got an in between.
yeah. So when you start doing pours like over wood, or you know what, I know my little cheat you should do next time you're at Dollar Tree. I haven't done it yet, but I know it's gonna work.
I like these.
Yeah, that'd be good for your chicken strips. You can put one chicken strip in there, heat it in the microwave.
Oh hush. Toot, Craig's picking on me. Can you come down here and straighten him out for me, please?
My gosh, Kathy, if you don't get me to pour some paint.
Toot was talking about routers and
Yeah,
stuff.
I know that's all.
Oh, you've seen it.
Yeah, I think you should
So
these
these are
30 of them a day.
what is that?
My coconut oil for my soaps.
Oh, does that have dimethicone in it? Because you can use that for cells too. Oh, probably not. Yours are probably natural. But these are dollar store, right? For
Uh-huh.
little kids. Well, you can take these, sand them down, cover them with a primer, and boom, you have a wooden. You pour the paint over this, let it dry, and you already have it like set up to hang on a wall.
Right.
It's another way of doing a different kind of pour painting on something other than canvas. It's a wood one.
Yeah, well, before I do that, we just cleared that land out there, and there's tons of wood out there. So I'd have Craig slice me a piece of,
Okay.
and then sit down and do it.
If you're gonna pour paint on them, though, you got to make sure you do. I think some people say gesso or something, but because it's real wood, you're gonna want to gesso it and then maybe primer it because you don't want it porous at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or sand it down, depending on the kind of wood. You don't want it where paint can go into the pores of it. Maybe it's a couple of layers of primer and everything. Yeah. I mean, it's texture. I like texture, like I said, you know.
Right, but if you sand it down, they won't have the...
It depends on the piece of wood, really.
We have sanding sealer is what they call it.
It's a sanding sealer, he said, I guess.
It'll dry clear, so you'll still have the natural wood color to seal.
Yeah, you don't want anything like a sealer, like clear on it. You want primer, like white.
The sanding sealer is paintable.
Okay, as long as you can pour paint over it.
Yeah, you can stain it and paint it both.
Yeah, stain's still different. I'm not quite sure. Just well, if you have plenty, you'll be able to try it. and see if your
Right.
paint sticks or not. So yeah.
Right. True.
Yeah. So
But that's a good idea, though, what you were saying. What else did I get? Oh, I got me one of these.
oh yeah, palette knife.
Yeah, I don't have one, so.
And you'll find
Yeah.
which one you like works better. Sometimes the nice silicone flat spatulas work good too, because it's you'll have to get used. It's finding actually when you're spreading your paint with the palette knife, it's finding the right level of where your canvas is to where the palette knife is. You know, because you might keep scraping it. It's just a learned hand technique, just like when you do it to do a cake. You know, it takes you a while to practice to be able to get the hand movement and how you want it smooth. Same thing with the
Right.
paint on the canvas. So
Yeah, that's like doing my ceramics pretty much.
yeah.
That's for my baking or my candy making. I'm going to make some candies. Shh.
Not for this guy. I don't eat white chocolate.
Oh, and then I bought me 2 more paints. Those are my other bottles I bought. I bought this green,
Oh yeah.
and my granddaughter, she likes teal, so.
Oh yeah. That's nice and light. That's
So
like
my first one's going
like
to
a
be
baby
for
blue.
my granddaughter, for her room.
Okay. Have you looked at color wheels?
So,
Okay, color
I'm
wheels.
just gonna
No. Wait. You got to at least look. You can look online for color wheels because you don't want to put red next to green because you're going to get brown, right?
Right. I was gonna do. Let me tell you the colors I'm gonna do, and then you can tell me
Okay.
that I fucked up. Okay, I was gonna do like a light yellow. These are the colors I'm gonna use. I don't know what order I'm putting them in yet, but I was gonna use this teal, and then I was gonna use yellow, purple, pink, and then I was going to use 2 different kinds of greens, but not in the circle, more towards the,
Corners?
yes, the corners.
Just as a part of your
Yeah,
where
just
it
put
pulls
like,
over.
yeah.
Yeah. I would I always tend to do a little mini test because you should just look up color wheel basics because it'll show you the colors. Like it's good to do like colors that are then right and left to each other, but you don't want colors on the opposite end of the color wheel. It's the painting, people don't realize it's chemistry too, because
Right.
like I said, red and green, you put it together, you get brown. Orange and blue, you know, you get sometimes not a great color. But if you use yellow, blue, red, the yellow's going to mix with the blue to make a green. The blue's going to mix with the red to get a purple. And the yellow, if it gets all the way over to the red, is going to make orange. So it's okay.
Yeah, because that's the problem I have with my soaps. Because I've been having a heck of a time with my sandwood because my sandwood soaps sets up faster. So when I'm making that, I really have to move faster. And I've tried 3 different colors so far. And I did like a black with an orange and a yellow. And it turned out purple, pink, and a darker pink.
Yeah.
I'm like, what
the
the hell?
The black pulled the red from the orange, and that's where you got the purple.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you've got the what was the other color?
Well,
you used yellow.
It had a lot to do with the essence oils. Depending on what kind of essence oils you use, it interacts with the colors.
Yeah.
So the last one I did was yellow and something. I wrote it down because I write all my colors down so that way I know what I'm doing, and if I don't like the way it turns out, I can scratch it and try a different color next time.
Yeah. Dave Larson's in your chat. Oh, you froze up. You froze, Kathy. Oh, hey, Dave. Kathy's frozen. Craig. Craig, go help Kathy. She's frozen. Well, at least she is on StreamYard. Let's see. Nope, she's frozen on. You frozen, girl. You frozen. Save Kathy. She's frozen. She's all, do you want to build a snowman? Isn't that song from Frozen? Oh, no. Let it go. Let it go. Kathy let go and froze. Be all, Kathy, come back. You can blame it all on StreamYard. Kathy, come back. You can blame it all on me. Come back. Oh, no. No, not me. Not me. Not me. Not me. Look at my paint. Look at my paint. Look at my torch. Don't mess with the girl with the torch. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, how you doing, kids? How you doing?
Monica show.
Oh, there you are.
And
Yay.
he had to get out of it. It froze up the whole thing.
I know, I saw.
So sorry about that, guys.
It's
For
okay.
some reason, StreamYard's been acting really weird lately.
Well, you
I
know,
tried to-
there's a lot of people on the internet these days too, so.
Ton.
Yeah, that's true too.
I've been trying to tell her that it may not necessarily be her, it may be the internet.
Yep. It's never
I
you,
tried to-
Kathy.
It's always
always the
me. I
internet.
said, I have the worst luck when we do live streams. I tried to do one the other night, and you name it, it happened. And
Right?
I was telling Jay, I said, go figure. This always happens to me.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I don't care. I don't go live that much anyways. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
This is my baby, Josie.
Aw. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Oh, she can't hear you.
Oh.
Oh. The earplugs in. But what? What? Move your hairy butt. Move.
So that's all the stuff I got. The rest of the stuff I got was for like my soaps and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been crocheting a lot too.
Oh, I never learned that. I mean, I know, I'm pretty sure it's not too difficult to learn, but
No,
I've never done
I
it.
learned how to do that when I was in 6th grade. One of my teachers.
Can you move? Because you're just hot. You're just hot.
But I'm making ponytail hats right now and dishcloths.
Oh,
And
Cool.
then,
that was real nice of you, your soap donation to help Cindy Lopez too, by the way.
oh, no problem. Anything to help out. I know she could use the help, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
What else was I gonna say? Oh, my cousin had tons of material that she was getting rid of, and she wanted to know if I wanted some. I said, yeah, just give me a few, just some stuff. So she mails me a box like this with material.
Yeah.
And I told Craig, I said, I'm going to make some pot holders because our pot holders look like crap. So I had to go get some thread and some that heating stuff that you put in between the pot holders. And
Oh yeah.
I'm going to quilt my pot holders. So that'll give me something to do.
Yeah. And there's so much you can do with fabric. You don't have to just sew.
Right.
You can I did one with you just Mod Podge both sides of fabric, so then you can cut it and you can make petals, and you use like little brads and stuff. You put it together and you can make flowers with different petals of each different fabric design. There's all kinds of neat things you can do.
I did that with our wedding. Our wedding, we made everything for our wedding.
Oh, good.
I made Berber flowers with Mod Podge, cut them out. I made those. I made my own flowers. We
Your
even
table decorations you did on your own too.
Everything
Nice.
except for the cake. The cake I did.
Yeah, you got to splurge on some stuff.
Right, and then for the little
Oops.
gift baggies that you put on the table, we did. They're not burlap, but they were like, what kind of material was that, Craig?
What?
That we did those bags in, that we put the candy in. Anyways, we sewed all those little bags.
It's like a linen style burlap or like a tobacco bag.
Like a tobacco bag, I guess.
Yeah.
It was kind of a off-white. And then we put the twine through it because it was a country theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we did all those. My son even helped me sew. Craig helped me sew. We all were sewing. So
Well, that's great.
we all got into it. But yeah, saved us a lot of money, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We
When you're ready to mix your first color, because I've been wanting to mix up this gorgeous color. I have paint everywhere and such pretty colors. Like I have these are kind of similar, but one's an orchid and one's a medium magenta.
This picture's dirty. This is one of the pictures I did. Oh, I love that color.
Yeah, it's an orchid. You can get this one at Target. Although Target's put away a lot of
I
their
might
craft
have
stuff.
that color in with my other 2 boxes of paint that I do ceramics with.
Yeah.
But here's one of the paintings, pictures I did.
Oh, highlight yourself so I can see.
And I just had the picture blown up,
Yeah.
and then I Mod Podged it on, and then I Mod Podged this.
Yeah. Cute. Mod Podge I used to use all the time. I love Mod Podge.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I did a couple pictures of that. My huge picture of me and the boys are above the door. The boys, they're giving me a kiss on each side of my cheek. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We saved a lot of money on that wedding, thank God. It was nice.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do tonight or tomorrow? Are you gonna work on some paintings?
No, I have not been motivated to paint at all. But maybe after this, though, I'm all looking at my stuff and I'm like, oh, my torch still works. I just prepped a canvas. Maybe this canvas will be ready to go because it's already dry here in California.
Yeah, I'll spray mine down tonight. I think I'm gonna try mix it. I think I'll mix my white tonight. And
Now,
one of these
did
bottles.
that artist have all the same mixture for both the white and the? She just
Yeah.
uses a regular. She must use most of the Floetrol and just paint people and water. Their paints already are pretty fluid.
Well, she usually lets it set overnight. And then that's why she
But-
does the big containers, because she uses it a lot. And then she just adds water she needs to later to it if it's too
Yeah.
thick.
Is that Michaela Art Studio? Who is that artist?
Tell you the truth, I don't know, but I can send you her name.
No biggie. I know so many artists. I was just wondering.
I really like her. And there was another woman that I've been watching, and she has an accent. And I think she's from across the pond.
Is she a blonde? Julie?
You know what? I've never seen her face, so I don't know.
Oh.
Because
Did she say, hello, everybody? It's, so today I'm going to, because that's Julie. She's got like Pouring Your Heart Out or something is the channel name.
no.
Mm.
I wonder.
Oh, maybe it's Anne Marie Ritter. She's pretty popular out there too. Anne Marie, you don't really see her face too much.
Right.
But she uses a lot of teals and browns and yellows, like a wheat yellow.
But I
Oh,
can
no.
give you the
Oh,
what
no.
she used for her paint, her consistency, if you want to use it. I don't care.
Oh yeah, no. I'm good with this mixture. There is another one with like GAC and a different pouring medium that I'm gonna try.
No, she
someday.
doesn't use any of that. She just uses
Yeah.
the flow and the water and the paint.
Yeah.
For your basic, for your basic, let's say your basic's white, right? So
Your base paint?
yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna do that with the Floetrol and white paint.
If that's the artist uses, I think a lot of people who only use the Floetrol and water with the paint they use the same mixture for their regular paints. Ours is the technique I use. I don't use the glue wall because I want it just to kind of coat so that my canvas is dry, and to have my regular paint with my medium and everything in it to have something to flow onto on certain techniques. So
Okay, I guess that's where I'm really confused with the base. As far
Yeah.
as starting it, I'm just gonna use the Floetrol and water.
go back to whoever's videos you were looking at and see if she has a different in the description. Lots of times artists won't say it in the video, but they'll write it in the description underneath the video,
Right?
and see if she has a mixture that says she's doing her base paints different than her actual pouring paints. Because I can't tell you because I don't use that mixture, but I'm assuming if they only use Floetrol paint and water, that to keep it all the same consistency, that they probably just make them all the same that way, both the base and the regular paints. But because that's not my medium, I don't know for sure.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, because that was kind of throwing me off. I'm like, so for my base paint, do I mix the white in with it and then cover it?
Well, and lots of times too, the base paint is, because you're just using it as a base and you're going to cover it with paint, you
Mhm.
want to use a cheaper paint. Like she probably uses the Artist Loft Flow acrylic because it's already kind of watery. She won't have to mix as much Floetrol and paint to it. So then you're using less to just kind of use as a base paint than if you're using a white as an actual like color in the painting.
Well, I know she said she got one of those tumbler, that you drink out of, whatever, a tumbler, and she mixed the Floetrol and the water. But I don't remember her saying she ever added paint to that. Like,
There's no way she just uses Floetrol. Oh,
I don't
there's-
think. So
I don't
there's
know.
You go.
You're gonna have to go back and look to see if she lists a slightly different mixture. It might be a little bit more Floetrol. It might be a little bit more water for just the base paint. But like I said, I don't know until, and I don't know the artist. I could go look for you if you knew the artist. But, and some artists just don't tell you. Some artists don't share their mixture of how they mix their paint and what percentages. So, you know, you have to go back and look.
I don't know if I can look it up while you're on a live stream. Can you?
Yeah, just open up another tab. You know, like you're opening up another window, the little plus at the top. Yeah, and then choose YouTube and then search for your artist there. You just got to make sure the well, you already have your YouTube muted, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you using StreamYard chat or are you using YouTube chat?
StreamYard.
Oh, okay. Then you might want to just make sure when you click on a video that you move the volume all the way down so that.
I'm not gonna open the video. I'm just gonna send you her name, and she has a video.
On how to mix the paints?
Yeah, it's number. I'm trying to find it now.
Oh, well, she should show if it's different. If she says this is just how I mix my paints, then that's what she uses for everything. But if she says this is for color and this is for base, then but I'll look for you. And then you don't have to open another tab. Oh, you got to look for the name. You can just email me and I'll look for you. But when you get ready to mix your paint, if you want to do a private chat, right. We can mix paint together and we can go through it. Oh, yeah. I know Canella.
I really like her. I like her. Yeah,
she does real pretty work. Yeah.
And I think it was like 63 or 69 is where she was talking about the paints.
Yeah.
That was.
Lots of times they have a playlist. So she has the breakdown of nothing but, let me see her playlists.
Yeah, her playlist is huge.
Swipe, Dutch Pours. Let's see. Oh, but she doesn't have.
It's like number 60 some, she said.
Okay, I'll start looking that way. Because normally, like if there's any tutorials, she'll put, you know, but she might just do it before she does a painting. So.
Oh, right there. 63, paint, mixed, and ratio.
That's so weird she doesn't have that as a playlist because people would want to just look at that.
It's under videos. So
yeah, no, I'm almost
that was
there.
A year ago. I've been doing a lot of research, but still confused with the way some people explain certain things, I guess.
When I made this video 4 months ago, I was not mixing my white according to the ratio I mentioned. And I was also not measuring when using small Dixie cups. Please note I've since changed the way I do things.
Right.
The white base paint is now measured the same way I measured my colored paint.
Right. The other girl is Flora Arts or Fla Arts. It's Fiona Arts.
Fiona? Yeah, I know Fiona.
Mm-hmm. She's pretty cool too. I like her stuff. But that lady from across the pond, I'm trying to find her. You know, I wish I could put my subscribers into separate categories, like for my paints and instead I have to scroll down.
Well, you can start your own playlists of just like of your own. Oh my gosh, my parents are arguing. You can start your own playlist of ones that you want to go back to that are just like, you know, your instructional ones or I always like the videos, but I have my liked videos. They took it away where they made all your liked videos separate. But then I know at least if I liked it, I can go back and, oh, yeah, that's the artist I was looking at, you know.
I think the other lady, I think this is her. I'm not going to
So for 2-ounce Dixie cups, I use, and this is the gram stuff. I can't stand people who do grams. 10 grams Floetrol, 5 grams paint, and about 4 grams of water.
Mm-hmm.
And she says right there, the white base paint is now measured the same way I measure my colored paint. All the paints must be the same consistency. So let's figure it out. So it's instead of using 5 grams, I can tell it's like whatever, say 2 inches or an ounce of paint. You're going to use. So she uses 2 times that amount. So you'll then use, like when I do. Let me show you real quick. When I do my paints.
Mm-hmm. I can either do mine in ounces or grams. It don't matter. I got a scale.
Yeah.
Oh. Can you bring me my cigarettes, please? I need a pack, please.
So like for me, I use 1 to 1 to 1 to 2, depending on the consistency.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I put paint to here, I know I'm going to use the same amount of glue all. So I just eyeball it, double it of glue all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I know at least here for Floetrol, I might do it up to here with Floetrol if I get the right consistency. And so that's how you would do it. So it's kind of like 5 grams paint, 10 grams Floetrol. So that's 2 times the amount, right? So then, well, if you've got a scale, you don't have to worry about it.
So.
And then she put about 4 grams of water because let me tell you, this paint was probably going to need more because it's a heavier bodied paint. Is going to need more water to get the consistency you want than the craft paint that just pours out. Oh, you froze again. Kathy, come back. Craig. Dilly. Every time Kathy freezes, I take a drink. Nope. There we go. Nope. I look terrible. I need the darker lighting. I like dimmer lighting. Dilly. Shh. I'm going to have to start a live stream after this just so I can drink. I mean it. My painting's back.
Okay.
All right, we're back. All right.
I didn't drink while you were gone, I swear.
Oh, that's fine. Drink all you want. I think when I do live streams, I have the worst luck.
No, it's not just you. And stop saying that. I need to start speak positive into it. I'm not going to have no
All
more
right.
than a few hiccups. Okay, so she does the paint, and she says, so 5 grams of paint, which if you look at how much paint she uses in her size canvases, you might go smaller. But just know it's always 2 times. You might do, I don't know how much 3 grams of paint is. But you might just do one, your white. Use your white with the 5 because you'll know if you're using it as a base, you'll use it. So, and did you get the Artist Loft acrylic flow
Do what?
for your white? Did you buy the Artist Loft flow acrylic?
I bought.
The big one with the push handle thing, or what?
Do what?
What's your white? What's the white paint you're using?
Just the regular,
Oh, okay.
right? Or
Yeah.
am I wrong?
Yeah. So here's the thing with that paint. That's gonna be you might not even well, I guess it depends on how that pours out. I'm hoping it doesn't just pour out. I'm hoping it's kind of chunky. So when she says,
So it's like a medium base, is what you're saying.
well,
So it's not runny.
like, yeah, because if it's runny, you're going to have problems because you're going to be adding more liquids to it.
Right.
So it might be actually worth it to you. I know, I think it would be a good investment because it's not, well, it's not completely, it's more like squeeze out, kind of like less than, even thicker than shampoo of the Artist Loft Flow acrylic to try. They have it in the one size. You can try it with that though. But what I'm saying is that you already got a very liquid, you know, like you want something that's going to, you know, squeeze out because you're adding a lot of liquid to it. But using like,
paint like at Walmart wouldn't work in the paint department like you would
people use house paint but I haven't used it enough to say, yeah, and house paint has different effects. That's why people now use it. So I would just say a different kind of white. You could even go back and get Hobby. I know you guys just came from Hobby Lobby, but more like a the Artist Loft in the tubes. But the Artist Loft Flow, let me see if I even still have one of those. Let me just look.
Yeah, I didn't buy it in white. I got it in black though. I could always do my canvas in black, right?
Yeah, you'll just need to use brighter colors.
Right.
Let me see. Let me look at it.
So you want it to look pretty much like toothpaste.
No, you just need it not to pour out like a craft paint. Like, let me just show you some samples, what I'm talking about.
So more or less like my ceramics paints. Craig, can you grab me a couple of my ceramic paints in those boxes out there in the living? I already pulled them. Huh?
You got a couple out there, so
No, these aren't mine though. I mean, they are mine, but they're my new ones. They're totally different. Honey.
The acrylic paints you bought, the white that you have, open it up. Does it feel real fluid?
I don't know. It's still sealed.
Yeah. When Craig comes back, just kind of have him open that and then give you one of your cups just to see, so I can see how it pours.
He's gonna come back. He's being a...
Didn't you just ask him to go get?
Yeah, I did.
There he is. Don't give him that look in front of me. Be nice, y'all. Be nice.
You need to go get me one of my paints out of the box. please. We're trying to figure
I
out.
got the birds all locked up in that room.
They're out there in the living room, is what I said. You don't listen to me.
Woo! You guys have been married a long time. Oh, careful, careful. Hi, Michael. Dam's World is here.
Oh. I need you to open that. I can't get it open.
Please.
Thank you.
Craig, could you give her at least 2 of those new little cups she bought too?
Yeah, I don't know where they went.
Behind your computer.
Thank you. Thank you goes a long way. I know people say we're married. We don't say thank you anymore, but it's still nice to hear, I think, sometimes. Just saying.
See,
Dilly
now
dilly.
this one.
Yeah, but you can't use ceramic paint. But yes, so like that's my example between that's more tubey paint.
But this
Let's
is this is the same paint.
But is it an acrylic paint?
Yes, that's what I use for my ceramics.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's what I use for my ceramics.
Is it is a satin acrylic paint? Because I know there's some you can't use, but
I don't think it's that.
as long as it says acrylic, I think you're okay. But let me show you what I mean, Kathy.
All right.
She has some that's satin finish and some that's gloss.
Right.
Yeah. But as long as it's acrylic. So I'm
Yeah.
just saying the paint that comes out like, oops, come on. Ah, gonna pop its bubble. And this is multi-surface. This is kind of a bad example too. Let me go get a different one.
I'm going to put you on full screen so we can see.
Okay.
Hang on.
There.
Thank you.
Thanks, all right.
Okay.
There you
So let me show you the difference. This is a craft paint, although this is multi-surface and they are a little bit more thicker than a regular craft paint.
go. Okay.
So when I pour it in, you want to see how easily this pours out. Up. Well, that didn't work. I haven't used my paints in a long time. Psyche man.
Hey, making it, Wayne. Craig's around here somewhere. Making it, Wayne's over here, Craig. Been a long time since we've seen you.
Okay. This is pretty. All right. It's still too thick. Well, it'll show a difference. So, you're going to do your 5 grams of paint. So 5 grams of this pouring, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty fluid. Did you see it?
Yes.
Okay. It's going to be different than, all right, here's the Artist Loft flow. And I'm just showing you that you're going to do the same amount of Floetrol, but this will be the difference in the water to get the consistent you want because it's based on the consistency of the paint that you start with versus, let me shake
What's
this up
that
a little bit.
now? Just white paint?
Oh, this is the Artist Flow acrylic, but in blue. So this is the Artist Flow, but in blue. And so I just want to show you the difference of how this comes out.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be, you'll still add the Floetrol, but you're going to probably need, because she says about 4 ounces, you're probably going to use 4 full ounces to get the consistency. Oops, come on. You want, but you won't probably use all 4 on this one because this one's much more fluid to start with.
I see.
You understand what I mean?
Yep.
So my concern is that if your craft paint, did you open it?
My craft paint or?
Yeah, your brand new one, the one that Craig opened for you.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Does it look like it's
Well, let me put you
really
on.
liquidy?
Let me switch you back and you tell me.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Just pour it normally, though. You can always pour it back. I want to see. Oh, okay. That's fine.
Well, shit, I don't think it's going to come out.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad that it has a thicker consistency. I was worried that because it was inexpensive craft paint, that it was just going to be like water pouring out. So you'll be fine with that.
Yeah, this was only $1. Excuse me.
Yeah.
At Walmart or not dollar store.
Oh my gosh, I should have mixed up some paint since I started them.
Yeah.
Nope. I got to put my gloves on. I got to get my...
Ceramic paints aren't that thick.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Yeah.
Are sometimes. It depends.
Depends on the colors and because
Right.
in general, metallic paints are much more fluid than regular colored paints. Well, that is a pretty color.
So for my base, I would do that white, the Floetrol, that right? For the water.
Yes, she wrote in her thing that she uses the same for her base paint as she uses for her colored paints. So your mixture is always going to be the same.
Right.
You just might make more of the white and mark it like this is me.
That's why she did such a big container of the white bed. That makes sense.
Yeah, so then for me, I have to put mine base paint because I have a different mixture than my regular paint. But normally my base paint is bigger than that. And then I even like put my Floetrol. Do you know about straining your Floetrol? Did she talk about that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. 'cause you
I
wanna
got a
get those-
strainer, but I want to get a different one just for my paints because I don't want to use the one that I use for my soaps and bath bobs.
Yeah, at the Dollar Tree, they have the 2 different size sink strainers.
Mm-hmm.
Those work great.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. And I should have got one when I was at the Dollar Tree, but you know how
You can also
Yeah,
use you'd have to go slower, but you can also use
pantyhose.
pantyhose. Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I'll go get a strainer for $1.
Look at my poor base paint. It says, use me, use me. You haven't used me.
So maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Start my do my first painting tomorrow. I'm not gonna do it live, but I will record it
Yeah.
or do a thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, good. I'm excited for you.
I'm just excited to see how it's gonna turn out and see if I really gonna like it. But if I don't, I'll still probably do it. Just
Well, if you don't, show it to me, and I can see what I think, where the issue is or whatever. But the biggest thing is to try to get your paints all the same consistency. Because if you have one color that's slightly thicker, when you move it around, the looser paints are going to go all over and the thicker one's not going to. So if you're like trying to do a certain design, you're trying to keep the rings together. You don't want paint that's falling over the other rings because it's a looser consistency than the other one. So
understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
So any more tips you can think of?
No, have you decided if you're just going to use the Floetrol and see what kind of cells you get from that?
You boys being Haven chat.
All the guys come in and then they're like, oh, they're talking paint later.
No, they're not being behaved, Sue said. That's all right. That's funny. Oh. I guess I'm going to get off here.
Okay.
Grab something to eat. I really appreciate you doing this with me and helping
No
me.
problem.
So, and like I said, I'll do a video on it tomorrow. As I'm doing it, I'll have Craig do the video while I'm
Okay.
painting.
Good. Glad you
Because
do, Michael.
I'm not very savvy with computers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You'll get more used to it. But also too, the other thing is that make sure the surface you let your paint dry on is level. Like I said, you don't want the paint, to be all moved over and off the canvas by the next day morning. And then also too, I don't know if you guys, every like little gnat bug is going to be attracted to your painting.
Mm-hmm.
So
About that too.
So like if you have like a plastic underbed storage or a lid like that you can put over, I used boxes that like fruit used to come in, because they have the little handles and they've got the little, they're not all the way flat on the side, and then I just put another box on top. But it's going to be something you might just keep checking on your painting tomorrow. Have some little tweezers ready just to pull the little gnat or whatever out, but if it leaves a mark, texture, it's texture. I like texture, but it might wreck like a little ring,
We could probably do it down in the basement in that other house. I didn't think about that. There's nothing down that basement.
Yeah.
An idea.
But believe me, if there is a bug in the room, it's going to be attracted to the smell and the Floetrol and
it'd
stuff
be
like
better than doing it in the garage with the garage door open, is what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I don't think the Floetrol will be that offensive to you as far as the smell. It's once it's mixed with the paint, it just depends on how strong the paint smell was. So
Right. True.
Yeah.
True.
But give it the 3 days, full 3 days. Don't even try to touch it after day one if it looks dry in some spots, because then you're going to have the little fingerprint mark. We always touch our painting. If you have any animals, my cat, one of my first paintings, she has a little paw print in it, which I had to keep because she decided she wanted to do a little acrylic paint pouring too. And it happens. You taking a picture over your thing? Make sure you have the little thing to hold your camera, because believe me, sometimes you're taking a picture over it and you're going to drop your phone in your painting. It's happened to all of us at least one time, because then we learn.
I'll have Craig do the camera thing.
Yeah. But at least give it 3 days. And if it's okay, Craig. I don't ever do Hangouts. I only use Hangouts for links with Jimmy, but I'm open to trying it. But I think for some reason this laptop didn't support it, but I don't know. I'll try. Give it the full 3 days. You'll be able to look at it from an angle and see, like if you can tell grease is on something. Right. So give it, and generally basement's probably good, because your painting should be done in anywhere from at least 40 to 65 degrees. If it's over 70, 75 degrees in the basement, you don't want to do it because your paint will dry. It'll be tacky. And if it's colder than that, it affects how the paint dries as well.
I see. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So.
All right. Yeah, if I have any questions or anything, we can do like a hangout where we can talk back and forth instead of going live, just to chit chat about what I'm having problems with.
Yeah. So and you can do StreamYard that way too. You just set it on private and not public.
No.
So we can do this and no one not even know we're on, because I private stream with my family in Utah all the time.
Okay.
But depending on if you have you're just using free hours, the 20 a month, and you don't want to use it all, that's fine. But I can easily let you come into mine because I'm unlimited.
Okay.
So
I'm not worried about that or anything. Like I said, I don't really live chat that much anyways. So,
yeah.
and that's not, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
So, but I really appreciate this help.
Of course, no problem.
And I appreciate everyone that came in. I really appreciate you guys and thank you.
Yeah, you got 13 thumbs up. Pretty good.
Yeah.
For just a paint chat, right?
Right. I don't go live that much and I'm not worried about it. So,
No, I know, but it's always nice when people
yeah, it's nice.
support you.
All right. Well, I'm out of here. You guys have a great night and enjoy the rest of the weekend and be safe.
Bye, Kathy. Bye, Craig.
Bye.
See ya.
Craig, tell her bye.
We'll see y'all later. Thanks for coming in. Thank you, Monica.